to the Cloud Native Coffee Hour. It is Wednesday. It is around 4 o'clock. And we are ready to do some more fun stuff with K3s. And this is kind of, you know what, I think we're going to start going into a little bit of a series with K3s just because, I don't know, we got some momentum going and I'm super engaged with this topic personally. So I'm really excited. Last time we talked about what it means to do HA, load balancing, or what HA means with Kubernetes. And through that conversation, we're like, you know what, we are HA, but we are not load balancing the API server or the ingress controller. So that's today's topic. We are going to set up a Raspberry Pi and we're going to put HAProxy on it and we're going to load balance the crap out of our cluster. So with me today, everybody knows we got Sam Delamarter and we've got Dan McCracken. I'm pointing the opposite way. So we got Sam Delamarter and Dan McCracken here with me today.
I'd be happy to be mistook for Mr. Samwise.
Okay. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Good, pretty good.
Car worked this morning. It was beautiful.
Hey.
Good to see it. I made us get warmer. It's like spring out. We talked about that earlier.
For
50 degrees.
It's 50 degrees.
It was 50 degrees like a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
I got maybe 46, which is hot. It's hot for
Okay.
here.
All right. So how are we going to go about this? You did a little bit of prep.
Wait, I must ask, how is everyone doing in the chat?
Do we have any chatters?
Yeah. And they want recognition, dang it.
We got Mr. VR Linux here.
Nice.
Capybara.
So, oh, baby.
Good.
Good. You're going to be teaching us pretty soon, so keep going.
Okay. Are we ready to go? So how do we want to kick this off? Sorry, I have lots of messages going off right now.
Ignore all those people. I know words. So, yeah, it was a really cool stream. I really liked our conversation, which is why we do these, honestly. Like, it's good. It just feels good. I had a couple spare Raspberry Pis that were re-gifted back to me after a long time away. They are back at the mothership. And I brushed them up over the weekend. And when I did, I was thinking about the stream, and I was like, you know, I think it's really not that hard to do what we were talking about. And after I had some time to think about it, I was like, actually, I know it's not that hard. I Googled a couple bits and threw some stuff on one of the fresh Ubuntu nodes. And lo and behold, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. And so today, but I knew that we would be talking about this. I just wanted to make sure I could prove out some things. It took me like an hour. It's kind of nice. And Sam, or I was talking to Sam earlier, I think what we'll do today is maybe finish part of this architecture and have Sam make some of those changes, or maybe just create one from scratch. We've got both options. Actually, we could do both. And we could maybe figure out a way to diagram the architecture. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And we could kind of take it from there. And I know we've got some next steps. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. The way that I like to approach these things, do it once, clicky, snowflake it. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care what you call it. Do it and make sure it works. And then automate it if you want, if it makes sense. And we were talking about this too. It's like, we could definitely toss this in the Ansible playbook and just have a role for these load balancers. We've got all the data we need. It's going to be tight. So I feel like that's kind of where today could go. That might be on the far end if we get that far, if we want to go that far. Thoughts?
Oh, great.
I think it's great.
No.
I think it's great.
Beautiful.
As long as Sam's laptop doesn't explode this time.
We'll see. I don't know.
If it does, he gets yours.
Yeah.
Instantly.
I'm fine with it.
Damn it.
Okay,
Sam's supposed
cool.
to say, I want the new M1 chip. Scotty, got to give me that M1 chip, the 16-inch, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You want me
situated.
to swap over now, Sam? You good to go?
Sure. McCracken, hopefully these are your links that I pulled up, so hopefully they're safe for the stream.
Oh, yeah. So what are you going to click on?
I got it up if you're in
Oh.
video.
Some of the internet links.
Some of the internet. I have it
So,
up
yeah.
on my laptop.
14 inch is the way to go. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think I just Googled like Kubernetes load balancer or something. And then I saw some hits come up, and I was chatting with Makita about this. I saw some hits that immediately came up: HAProxy versus Nginx. Which one's better? And I was like, okay. And I did some more Googling, and it seemed really clear from the Google results that you can use Nginx load balancer as an external to Kubernetes. We're not talking about Nginx ingress. We're talking about Nginx, the web server. You can use that as a reverse proxy load balancer, funnel all your requests through there. You can do that. The internet just seemed to throw at me that HAProxy is the way to go. It's what we've actually used professionally. And so I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just do that. And thus, here's a link. And this is from DigitalOcean, which is just very nice. I was just looking for general information. How might you use HAProxy?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is any good. Scroll down.
All right. So maybe we recap a little bit of the HA. So last week, we looked at our cluster and we said we want to be HA, highly available, right? And so we have 3 controller nodes for the control plane. And they each have all of the control plane agents running on them. And that way, if one of them goes down, they can leader elect and say, hey, now you're the new leader, right? And we were already there. We discovered, yep, we already have that as far as HA goes. The next step is we realize, okay, but all of our traffic is coming in through one node. It's going directly to that node. So if that node goes down, even though the cluster's fine, it's still running.
Yep.
You can't get to it. Anything that we have for ingress controllers is gone. You can't reach that. So now we want to put a reverse proxy, right, in front of the 3 of those. And that way it can go back and forth. And if one of them goes down, we shouldn't notice from the outside, right?
That's right. And it's most important that as a customer, or at least the way that I look at it, as a customer of a service, in this case, we're the administrators of, kubectl or whatever.
Yep.
If it's not accessible as a customer, well, it's pretty bad, and I would call that down. That's a downtime. But lo and behold, as you just mentioned, we had 2 other nodes. We had etcd's fine, blah blah blah. So we're covered. But the front end experience or the customer experience, I tend to value the most. It seems like that's the way conversations go. Keep scrolling down on this.
Yep.
There we go. That's kind of at the heart of what we're going to do. Or that's kind of at the heart of how HAProxy. And Makita, you can jump in here anytime too. This is pretty standard issue setup. I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, HAProxy's configuration file feels very bare bones, old school to me. I don't know, you just look at it, it's just like it's one file. I'm sure you can probably configure it different ways to be organized, but usually when I look at HAProxy configuration files, it's just one file. Sometimes it's a really big file, but it's super simple, just like this. Yeah, basically just going to create a section and list all of the nodes in there.
Yep.
And we're going to do it. We're going to do 2 of them, right? We're going to do the API server for kubectl, and we're also going to do the Nginx, or not Nginx. We're not doing Nginx. We do Traefik, don't we? Traefik. Yeah. So we're going to put every single node hosts the Traefik ingress controller entry point. So we're going to load balance those as well.
Yep.
But probably the easiest one to start with is the API server, because there's only 3 of them.
Excellent choice. And yeah, if you keep scrolling down, so those are the backends. Let's see here. Those are the backends. Then they're going to talk about the front end here. And by the front end, what it's just kind of saying, I think it goes into it, and we'll look at it later, is you basically specify, hey, it's traffic's coming in on a particular port, TCP IP port. It's coming in on 80 or 443. Route them to this backend for traffic that is coming in on 80, 443. And then our API server port send to this special grouping of backend, which happened to be our control plane.
Question from VR in chat. Good question. I don't think I have the answer you're looking for. So he asked, have we weighted Traefik versus HAProxy versus Metal LB versus Clipper LB as a load balancing solution? If yes, why? So I think the answer to your question is no. But we have for a very long time used Metal LB in a few different contexts. So on our old version of our cluster, when we were just doing normal Kubernetes, we used Metal LB, and that worked great. Honestly, that was the configuration we liked for a long time. And I feel like those are a couple different. I feel like you're mixing a few things, unless I'm just not aware of Traefik. So Traefik is an ingress controller. Metal LB is a load balancer implementation for the load balancer resource type. Clipper LB is also, so your comparison of Metal LB versus Clipper LB is accurate. Traefik, a good comparison to Traefik would be like the Nginx ingress controller, or Glue, or what are some other ones? What one?
Ambassador,
yes, that's another one too. So those are ingress controllers, and then HAProxy.
Yeah,
correct. So, Traefik is. Go ahead, Sam.
I was just gonna say, like, if we're looking at it from this perspective, right? You know, HAProxy, Nginx, you know, like your actual, you know, load balancers that you install, you know, that would be here. And then, you know, somewhere back in here, we're talking, this is all our cluster. You know, we have Metal LB or Clipper LB. And that's what's exposing these to, you know, our internet, right? Our, you know, local intranet at that point.
Right. Yep. So this is probably actually a whole stream. Go ahead, Dan.
I guess I can just, I just Googled, because I also, you know, your interpretation there, Makita, that's how we've been referring to those. That's the only way I understand Traefik in HAProxy. Well, Traefik I only understand, I've only ever used it in the context of Kubernetes ingress. I believe it is also a standalone situation, but we just happen to be using the integrated K3s implementation as the ingress controller for it. But it is a HashiCorp thing. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I've not really dug into that too much. No, I believe it is. I believe you are more correct than not that it can be used as a proxy, as you're describing.
And that, if that is the case, I'm glad I led off with that. You know, I might not know all the things, because Traefik is super powerful. Yeah. It has so many features. I only have used it as a ingress controller up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Correct. Good point. Yep.
So
we're using Traefik over here. We're using HAProxy over here.
Traefik proxy. Okay.
Right. Cool. You could use Traefik proxy, apparently. You can use Nginx.
And I'll be honest, I have not heard of Traefik proxy.
Yes.
There are so many tools out there.
Yep.
Cool.
Or you could write your own.
And yeah, one of the main reasons we were using Metal LB, and then the main reason we're like, or Makita especially, was like, we're getting rid of Metal LB. This is exactly what he said to me. We're getting rid of Metal LB. And it was all because my daughter's Amazon Alexa like commandeered the the fixed IP address in my DHCP zone.
Yeah.
And nothing worked for like a few days, and everybody was pissed and getting rid of Metal LB, damn Alexa. Oops, sorry, I'm not supposed to speak her name. Else I might, if people are, projecting my voice into their room, I shall summon her, who we shall not speak of. Anyway, it's funny. There you go.
But you know what? We should probably do just a stream about networking in Kubernetes. I think we did, didn't we?
Oh God, you did that one.
Yeah. There's just layers. I mean, it sounds like VR. VR. It sounds like you understand the layers of networking in Kubernetes, but it would be a good stream. Great stream.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's keep going. So we are going to So you already have, Dan, a Raspberry Pi, correct? And it already has HAProxy installed?
I have one where it's already installed, and I have one that is blank.
Why don't we just go through the process? It doesn't take very long, right? It's just a little sudo apt install.
Super simple, barely an inconvenience. Pull up the terminal. And don't show any passwords or whatever.
No passwords, no tokens, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay, so do you want me to jump to that clean one then? That blank one?
.25.
Yep.
And we can post these links. There's 3 links, and the summation of all the links basically gets you to this solution, just with some more background that we're not going to go over. Everyone at work should use K9s, unless you haven't passed your CKA yet, in which case, don't use K9s if you want to pass your CKA. That's correct. I enchanted somebody at work today, too, with K9s who had never seen it. What am I looking at? I was like, you're looking at all of the data into my eyes at once, and it is beautiful.
It is so good. I don't know. I'm a Vim guy, so like it just flows so well for my workflow.
We should do more K9 streams, tuning that too. I mean, we should totally sell that thing.
Yeah.
We could totally sell that for those people. I think somebody's making some donation. We could at least like do a donation stream or something. Like, hey,
That's a good idea.
Donate bits to save the animals and save the K9's frames and stuff. Anyway,
save K9s.
Save the animals. Kill the frames. Anyway, so you're on the place.
I am on the blank one, I think.
Sudo apt-get update.
All right, what are we doing? Walk us through it.
We hope the internet works here. I'm streaming, so it should. Well, here we're updating apt-get. And the next thing we're going to do is sudo apt-get install HAProxy. And that installation is going to toss down a default install of HAProxy. It's going to put a config file in the etc HAProxy zone. Or it might be etc default. I have it in my notes as etc default. I thought it was etc HAProxy. But
all right.
Okay. I had some note here to do a vim of etc default HAProxy config.
Yeah.
And is there one there? It might not be etc default. I don't know why I said default.
Yeah. Right. Etc default HAProxy.
Doesn't seem right.
There.
Yeah, that's not what we want. See, it is etc HAProxy. That was my mistake. So we're looking for the HAProxy config file, which is as that thing says.
This?
Yes. And then tab. Oh, no. No. Yeah.
No.
And pro tip, make a copy of this file before editing it. Although, this is a live demo, so who cares? But normally, we want to teach people good practices. I read this in the articles. Make a copy before messing with it, they say. And call it .bak at the end. Or whatever.
You did not copy it.
You have to ask very nicely.
Oh, dictation.
Maybe that's why your Mac tried to melt down. Sudo vi. I cry in Makita.
Yeah, we gotta get NeoVim on all these.
One of the pro tips in there is changing the mode from, what do we got? Where's the mode? Log and mode and option from HTTP to TCP. And there's a really good explanation of why. It's just not a bad idea. It does the load balancing at layer 4 instead of layer 7, which is what we want anyway. So we're just going to load balance at the IP level.
So what do we change these values to?
Mode should be TCP instead of HTTP. And this is just a nice to have. This isn't even a requirement.
And then you said option. Are we changing one of these?
Remove HTTP log and replace with TCP log.
Did you just type 4x?
Yeah,
you did. So proud of you.
I had to count real quick.
Okay. So, if you go to the bottom of this, with one click, or else, okay, there you go. Or else, I feel judged. Be honest. Well, he would judge me, giving you kudos. I need to do that stupid. We could do a whole stream on just the Vim Commander Explorer.
Dude, we could do a lot of stream with that. That's fun.
Are you talking about the adventure?
I've never done it.
Yeah. Oh, we should totally do it.
First time.
That'd be like a gamer stream, though.
I could build the keyboard and then with it try to do the Vim commands. That might be worthwhile. Okay, so create new lines and stuff. So here is where we will specify our front end, which is telling the proxy, hey, when you're running and you see stuff come in at blah, thank you, Capybara. I see traffic coming in on, what port is our traffic coming in on that we wish to route?
6443.
Boom. Are you making it happen there?
I was going to. I was just letting you talk through it. Do you want me to type as you go? I was just gonna.
No, do it. Do it. No.
Yeah. So this is another CKA, whatever, any exam you're taking in a terminal. Make sure to set paste. Otherwise, it's gonna screw anything up that you paste in there. Just a general life hack, I guess.
Life hack.
Life hack when you're in the terminal.
Pro tip.
Hey, we got a new follower. Marky Mark. Thank you for the follow.
Marky Mark, all right.
Tell the funky bunch.
Yeah. Mr. Wahlberg in the chat.
And not to undersell our stream, but that's the first time the alert went off live, and I'm very happy about that.
Nice. And it showed up. It was the top layer and everything. Crushed.
I love it when a plan comes together. Cool. So delete the extra front end because we're really only dealing with 6443 traffic. And yeah, we can just kind of walk through this.
Delete the extra one. We have 80 and 443.
That's correct. And we want neither. So you need to tune that to say 6443 only. And you kind of give it a name. That's called HTTPS front end traffic. You would name it. Whatever you choose. Maybe.
How about Kubernetes _API _server?
Sure.
And then nothing?
Yep, that's good. Front end traffic, that's fine. And then you could probably delete the comment. I need to be watching you in real. I'm watching you on the laggy. I'm sorry, dude.
You might be a little laggy. That's all right.
I am so sorry.
Deleted the comments. We got a default backend of HTTPS K3s workers, but we don't have a backend yet. So I'm going to add that now.
And you probably want to change that from workers too.
Controllers.
Yeah, I would probably just say control plane. Yeah.
Control plane.
And definitely controllers, yes.
We still have workers. It's okay.
Yeah.
Control.
For now, we have to have workers.
They're not workers. They're nodes now.
Oh, are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Scott, where are you on that? You have to educate me on the English as the language progresses, please. Damn it.
I will never get used to that.
Also,
I mean...
well, yeah, you will. We'll force you to, Dan.
So where
nodes? Are they really nodes? We'll do a whole
nodes. What are the IPs?
Stream on like the Newspeak later. We could do that.
We say Newspeak. It's been like that for I don't know, a year.
Nodes? You can't say it's been nodes, not workers, for a year. All right.
I mean, they did it at the same time. It's all COVID.
Did they really?
The time space continuum has collapsed, and it was yesterday or 2 years ago. I don't know.
That's pretty smart, actually. I'm going to stick to the facts here, Sam. I'm sorry for the chatter. Let me just go ahead and tell you what those nodes are. Probably should have been doing that instead of razzing you.
Like something like that, right?
All right, we're at 14, 15, and 22.
No, mine was super well organized with IPs.
What?
He's just all over the board. Yep.
14, 15, and
22.
You're going to inherit this cluster right back so quick. He was probably ready for it again. Now that I got it all tuned.
Tell you what, I'll take it every winter, and you can have it in the summer.
Yeah.
Dude, if you would take it, I'm going to buy the Big Iron Dell legacy server. I'm going to do the VMware situation. That'd be totally fine. And you can wipe all these SD cards, and I'll just be, on NVMEs and just blazing fast. Let's go.
I don't have space.
Nope. Okay, so 6443, Kubernetes API, HTTPS K3s control plane. HTTP, you've already got a spelling error. I'm looking at the laggy version. Sorry. Okay. Still good to go. Those got to match up.
Your notes, so throw me under the bus.
Sam, please. I just need what you got to understand is I need you to just do this. Okay.
I don't like the spacing after balance.
I'm not gonna ding you on that. At any rate, node 1 is called controller 1. And the port will be 6443 on all of those as well.
Controller?
Yep. Double L.
For la.
Something like that. Controller 1. Yes, exactly. On 14, and then the port will not be 80, the port will be 6443.
Come on, where's the $:s?
Oh boy. Hey.
6443?
Don't get him to tilt. Would never tilt. Yeah. That looks perfect. You're doing great. This is the last time he's going to take orders from us over this. We talked about it, like, yeah, I think you should do it, Sam. It'd be a good experience than hear Makita's just throwing darts at him. You hate to see it. Yeah, that would be controller 3.
See, we're streaming for a reason. We're trying to teach people things. So we could have taught them how to do a sed command in Vim. Search and replace.
Sounds like Makita's doing it next.
Ooh, what was that? Did not like that.
$%s, yep, /server / super cool. DevZop, nice, /g.
Got the one time. I don't know. I got all of them.
You got all of them.
Undo
You
that.
press
Hell
the U button to undo it. That's my contribution.
Nice work, McCracken.
Thank you. All good? This looks pretty good to me. And yeah, we just take some defaults here because we're running pretty vanilla. No big deal.
Okay.
Everybody's happy. The next thing to do is let's exit out of this guy.
:WQ.
Yep. And we want to make sure that HAProxy is started or restarted after we have modified its config. So maybe do a systemctl status HAProxy, because that was added when we did the apt-get install, which is beautiful. Cool. So it is currently running, but it's really not doing much because we gave it new config and it needs to restart. So go ahead and do a systemctl restart HAProxy. You have to ask very nicely. And then maybe check the status again. Cool. So now, looks like your changes were handled. And that's a good thing. No errors. Everybody's happy. There is one other Linuxy thing that you have to do if you want HAProxy to start when you reboot this machine. I know. And we just don't do it that often. But sudo systemctl enable HAProxy. Makita, help me. Is that it?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't write down the enable part. Okay. Pretty sure you got to enable it.
Yep. Definitely not done that before.
Yeah. Once. Cool. So. Why don't you... Go ahead.
Don't you also have to add HAProxy to a file?
What file?
In systemd.
I think that's kind of what the enable kind of hooks up for us.
I think we could go look at it and it would be in there now.
Okay.
Is my thought.
Okay.
Or you could edit it, I think.
Why don't you split your terminal and make sure that you can kubectl get pods as you normally would. Because I believe we have a working load balancer for the control plane. So let's verify that the control plane works before we mess with the architecture.
One moment, please.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay.
Very nice.
I am going to break everything intentionally. And then you should verify that it is broken in a second.
Oh.
Sorry, did you do it? Damn it. My bad. All right. Yeah, actually, I'll literally turn it. Yeah, go ahead and you can try it now. So I'm making some changes on our networking infrastructure, basically to take down that old route that Sam was using.
You're just taking down the port forward?
I took down the port forward just to prove that it's dead.
Looks dead to me.
Looks pretty dead. To me. And then what was the IP address of our new front-end load balancer, HAProxy, for the control plane?
.25.
.25. So before we were pointing it right at controller 1, and now it is updated to 5. And that should be active now.
Boom, it's there.
Okay. Now, last week, and we're getting near the end of the stream, but we got a time for a couple more tricks. That is the trick. Voila. To prove, is it faster? That'd be cool. To prove that it's load balancing between them, we could take down those controllers. We could sudo shut down a couple of those controllers and see if stuff still works. And I'll replug them back in.
We could do that.
That's an option. Yeah.
Another option. I like that option. That option's like the hardcore, like, yeah, let's like actually prove a DR type situation, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I like that, but it might be better for the stream if we did a netstat.
Oh, I got you.
A route, a trace. Help me.
Trace route.
Trace route. I was so close.
Well, that. How would you do that?
It should.
I mean,
print out the final IP address, right?
Does it?
I thought it did. I thought it showed all the hops along the way.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Comcast?
Watch me DOS myself right now.
You think I am? Oh yeah, you have Comcast, don't you? I don't think it's gonna get all the way down in there because it doesn't know. A traceroute doesn't know from this level what's going on. It's all reverse netted and stuff. So some of the ways to measure this would be, we could monitor the logs of the control plane, monitor the logs of the API server, and you could have them all up and see, boom, 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 boom. This was hit on 1, 2, or 3.
Hey, let's do that.
Okay, you like that better. I like deleting these things. I can plug them back in.
We can do that.
Measuring the logs is probably more CKA friendly because you kind of have to do that a lot. So, like, I feel like VR, who's on the pathway to getting certified, and his future self will thank himself for watching this if we can teach him something.
Let's do the control plane logs. Let's have each one up in a separate window.
Yeah.
Not a separate window, but a separate pane. And then we'll do some get pods and see which one it hits. And it should, I think it's set up to round robin, so it should hit all 3.
That's right.
Sequentially. And then if we have time, we could unplug some and see what happens for the fun of it.
It'll work. What are you doing? You're not deleting them out of here.
I'm not deleting anything. You want to log?
He's bringing up the logs.
Oh, cool.
So if I go into that, so if you go from the nodes and you click enter on a node, right? Now I'm in here, and we want API.
See, it doesn't run as a pod. So normally you are 1,000% correct, and I
gotcha. Yeah, shoot.
We are running K3s in this cluster.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go onto each node with SSH. Sorry, Sam.
No, that's cool.
Bastion.
Yep. If I
do you want me to change the screen?
No, I can do it.
Okay.
I know. I've gotten kind of good at operating while people are watching.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
It's a little weird when it's the internet, and I'm mostly nervous when Scott watches me. Don't like that. I know he's judging. In a loving way, but judging. Also, yeah, if anybody says anything in the chat, I'm going to make fun of you. And by make fun, I mean...
I don't have chat up.
Bring you up.
Keep going.
I know, we do. It's fun. He says good. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Keep me honest.
So, I mean, if we want to do another pro tip, right? If I do set...
Here we go.
Synchronize...
Dash
panes.
I know. It's like...
Dash panes.
You know the saddest part? I remember the command.
Just on.
I remember the command. I just can never remember how to spell synchronize.
No.
You do it like, what, a couple times a year? SSH Ubuntu at controller.
Oh. Yep, then you got to unsync. But there's a quick way to do the unsync. Boom. Took me a while to remember to do that. Just hit up.
Okay. Oh no, too quick.
Hmm.
Forgot about the whole.
You didn't say yes for the top one yet.
I know, I'm going
He's
back.
Going back.
If I were the one driving.
Uh,
I think next time. I think you just volunteered.
all right. So where are our logs?
Great question. I don't know where the K3s logs are. Makita.
Well, let's try var lib first.
Or you could just journal CTL-F.
Actually, it's probably Etsy.
It's journal CTL.
This is us discovering. Oof.
You're fine. No. Etsy Kubernetes.
It did not come up.
Journal CTL-F.
Yeah, do that then.
Or journal CTL-FU.
You know what?
No,
K3s.
FU, Dan.
FU K3s. I think that might work. Does K3s run as a service here? You have to do the name of the service afterwards. Is the binary just K3s? Try that. Next question.
All right.
Next
All right.
question. And then maybe we want to like grep for a.
Can I search like normal? No.
Hang on a second. I just did a thing. Okay.
Yeah, we
so,
see it.
Do you?
I thought I did.
I thought I did too. I think that was just a login. No, I'm not seeing the hits. So I don't know if it registers all the events to journal CTL.
Postgres.
Yeah, I mean that's Postgres. And this just proves that our normal load balancing, our normal high availability, is functioning great. You know, many of the control plane dealing with many of the things.
Yep.
So since you're on each of these nodes, you could sudo shutdown now. Just saying.
All of them?
No, all but one. Sam. And maybe just kill number one. Sudo shutdown now. Just the top one. If you shut down all of them, I gotta go restart all of them.
Yep.
Hey, are you still on one of them?
He's on all of them.
Can you just go to a different before you do that? Can you go to Etsy, Rancher,
Etsy Rancher,
K3s,
Checks out.
enter, ls.
There's a YAML.
That's all I got right now.
Hey, get that out of here. That's yeah, you just exposed the whole damn thing again.
So that would be the admin kubeconfig, right?
Maybe.
Nice,
Probably
nice,
not.
nice.
Thanks, Makita.
I'm not the one that opened the file. I stopped there.
Okay.
2 demerits.
Jeez. Negative 50 DKP at minimum. Just shut down the damn node. It was a good exploration. And now it's going to die.
Oh, I bet you could just go to node.
So, let me just make sure I can still get stuff.
Yeah, you want me to show that one?
Yeah, maybe bail off the Bastion and...
You want me to shut down more than one or just exit all?
I want you to shut down more than one.
Okay.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Kubernetes is so mad right now. I hope LBC bot's okay. It's barking because there are things that run on our control plane, but it's fine. It'll be back up in a second. It's rescheduling them as we speak. It's rescheduling. It's totally cool. We gotta have capacity.
So do you want me to follow in here now? On the remaining one? What do you want me to do?
Just run a git pods. So before this whole endeavor began, all of our traffic was pointed at controller 1 only. And if you can still get pods now, please, dear Jesus. No!
Doesn't look very good so far.
Well, that's why we test it. Don't do this, people. It should. It should. Give it a second. Go check out the HAProxy. What's going on there?
Go check out the HAProxy? What do you mean?
Yeah, so go to your number 25 that you set up that's supposed to be our awesome load balancer. That was working. We verified everything was Gucci. But come on, we can't stand 2. When 1 was down, everything was still fine. So there might be some tuning here. I mean, that's why we test it.
Yay. Now, what do you want to do?
Sudo journal CTL -fu HAProxy. It's really weird. Brutal.
Boom.
Nice.
I agree. They're down.
Why is everything down? Did you put in the last one?
Oh my gosh.
You know, the thing about it...
This is correct, though. I mean, it says 1 is down and 2 is down, and those are the ones he shut down.
Yep. But 3 remains, and it should be healthy.
Is that the correct IP address for number 3?
As far as I know, but we can test that. NS lookup, controller 3. I mean, it's pointed at that IP. 22.
Yep.
It's right there.
Let me go turn on number 2 again.
Hey, number 2.
I'm gonna ask number 2 who he works for.
Try another in a different pane or different window. Just try another git pods.
Too many.
No. All right, research time. I blame a Kraken.
Should be back in a second. Think. I don't know which one I turned on. Because, as Makitas pointed out, everything got out of hand with the old IP addresses not making sense. And it's a lot of work to undo all that. And I haven't
We
done
could
that.
try changing it from round robin to least connection.
Hey, I am getting them.
It's back.
Yes.
Super weird. Why 1 being up is okay.
Why don't we try taking down 3 now and see if 2 keeps working?
Yeah. It's like, is it really only fault tolerant to losing 1? Like, does HAProxy have some setting. I think I'm with you. That seems to be where I'm thinking. Boom.
So,
you must be logged in authorized. Go ahead.
well, no, this is interesting.
Why would it call you unauthorized after turning that out? Like, did it create a session between your kubectl there to just one of the control plane nodes? Shouldn't. But maybe that. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, I haven't experienced this behavior before, so it works with 2 nodes, but not with 1.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, if it has anything to do with, like when you're setting up HA, right? You need 3.
Yeah.
Because they need to be able to elect a leader. You would think that if 2 works, then 1 would definitely work. And just elect itself, like it's still, there wouldn't be any split decisions.
Right.
But I wonder if it's, like, is it trying to route traffic to the one that's up and something on Kubernetes side is not working? Or...
Can you SSH onto 22 right now?
Yes. I can try.
Yeah, I think 22's pissed. So that actually might explain it. I don't know why 22's pissed. Can't explain that.
Well, that was controller feed. That was the last one I shut down, right? Did you go?
Oh, did you shut that one down?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's not working anymore.
Okay. So now only 1 is up.
Correct.
And nothing works.
Right. So when there's 2 nodes in our load balancing pool,
okay,
it works. When there's 1, and we've tested it now with 2 different nodes, it does not work. I'm doing some cursory Google searching because I don't know the answer to this.
I'm going to go turn back on number 2. For real this time.
I wonder, we've got some defaults in here. All right, where is this dang file? Yeah.
Come on, chat. Anybody know the answer to this? Because now I'm just Googling.
Yeah. Stats, timeout, 30 seconds. HAProxy, daemon. Timeout connect. 5,000. Client server. 1,000.
Okay.
So you plugged them both back in, or just one?
Just one. Error from server etcd server request timed out. That's weird. etcd server request timed out. Leader changed.
Controller up.
Okay. Yeah, you might need to reset your token. Huh. Well, there you go.
Boom. So weird. And no one in the chat has an answer for why this might be happening.
I'm able to get through now. So, yeah, sorry you. So.
Yeah.
Super interesting. That kind of makes me think it's a control plane leader like I feel like maybe you are definitely onto something there, just based on those error messages as it was coming back. Like, is it, maybe I'll have to dig into that a little bit.
Yeah, it feels like HAProxy is doing its thing.
It's doing its thing. We proved the point. I think we proved the point.
I think we proved that we did what we said we were going to do today, but maybe
Yeah.
last week we weren't as HA as we thought we were.
We
should have unplugged stuff last week.
You can lose one. I know. Well, you could lose one,
right?
And everything's happy. And that would be something we can do offline. Is put everything back the way it was. Send traffic to just one of those, one controller, and take down the other two and see what happens, and see if it still pukes. And if it does, I would expect it to. I don't know. Really interesting.
Okay.
Now I know we're
over
time here.
Bring us home.
Well, I know we're over time. Yeah. I will ask the question: do we want to quickly modify the HAProxy to have the nodes for Traefik, or do we want to do that another time?
Let's do that another time, only because I already have that configured and running. And we could look at that if you want to. It's on node 22. And by 22, I mean 22.
Yeah, it's in the
23. It's 23.
What did you say it was?
23. Hopefully. And then if you cat, that's the HAProxy config. And I have port 80 and port 443 routing to our workers.
Yep.
Or nodes, whatever you prefer.
Nice. So that's already, and you already modified the port forward?
It's all set.
Yep. Beautiful.
Very cool.
So that, if we took down everyone except one, that should work. I think we're dealing with a control plane specific issue with the web server.
Okay.
The way that
we'll have to look into it.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Maybe.
So ingress maybe would still work with this configuration, but specifically the API server.
Yeah, but I mean, if all nodes except one were down, we don't have capacity in the Vi cluster for that. But yeah. Yes, believe so.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome. Well, that's our stream. That's our stream today. We all look really tired. Everybody's tired today.
My brain is just so huge now that
it's expanding.
God. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I feel exhausted. Long day. Okay. Well, I hope this was an enjoyable stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. I have not come up with a good farewell. You watch all these YouTube videos and they always have this like very specific like goodbye message. This wasn't a YouTube video though, right? But I will say, join us in Discord. We have the Discord link at the bottom there. Please join us. We're trying to build a community, and it's going to be good when I find the words. So it's going to be good. Join us on Discord. We will be uploading these VODs to YouTube later, so check us out there. Subscribe there. Follow us here. We do stream every Wednesday around 4 o'clock, depending on if we have meetings or stuff like that. So sometimes we're a little late, but we try to make it happen. And thank you guys very much for watching. This is the Cloud Native Coffee Hour, and we'll catch you next week.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.